everybody, it's me, Andrew, and this is your weekly Oracle card reading for November 24th through November 30th. And I cannot believe that we are at the end of November already. We have Thanksgiving coming up, and then it's straight into Christmas, and then the New Year is coming, and it's right on top of us, and it's coming really, really fast. And this your whole year, like I say, and pretty much every video has flown by for me. And I'm sure it has for you guys as well. So this week I'm going to be using a deck that's gotten a lot of you really excited, and so it has me excited as well. One of my brand new decks, the Angel Answers Oracle cards, is what I'm going to be using for the reading for this week. So I'm really excited to work with these cards this week and to help you guys get the guidance that you need as well as guidance for myself. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. As I'm shuffling, I'm going to pray and ask that God gives us the knowledge, the wisdom, and the courage to do what we need to do this week in order to have healthy and happy lives. That is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Put the cards in there the right way. My biggest pet peeve is when you put cards in there and you put them in there like the wrong way. Okay. So, for the beginning of the week, we have the Compromise card. And one thing that I absolutely love about these cards is that yes, there's a guidebook, but you don't really need it. You know, these cards are very self-explanatory. What I am getting from this card, I'm actually getting two different things. The first thing is you see how the angel has these two scales that are perfectly balanced. Excuse me. That is your spiritual life as well as your spiritual and physical life together. You know, really balancing and complementing each other because they truly can, and it's something that I'm working on as well because it's really hard, especially around the holidays, to really make time to sit down and talk to yourself basically. And there are certain things you have to compromise on that you don't really need to do in order to make time for yourself. So it's really, really important that you do that and that you come to a compromise with yourself about things that you don't really have to do. You know, if there's something that can be taken out of your schedule, take it out, and don't be afraid to say no. That's what they just told me. Don't be afraid to say no to things. Don't be afraid to say I can't do this. You know, don't take on more than you can chew because it affects you spiritually and physically. Because you get exhausted, you get tired in your physical body, and then that makes you not want to do anything spiritually related. Because when we do stuff that's spiritually related, it involves a lot of energy and a lot of work. And it's something that we can't take lightly. We can't just, do it. We have to be in the right frame of mind. Another thing that I'm getting is in relationships, whether this be work, romantic, family, friendships, whatever kind of relationships you're in, the beginning of the week is going to call for a compromise. It's going to call for a kind of a, okay, like, I hear your side, you hear my side, let's come together on this, because what they're showing me is there's this is probably a lot of people, but they're showing me for one person in general, you have one person here and you have one person here. And the person here is just totally just like, I'm not moving, I'm not doing anything. Like, they're telling me that they're in opposition to your spiritual path, that they don't, really understand your spiritual path, and that, they're not even going to come close to trying to understand it. This is you, and, you're on your spiritual path, and you're doing good, and you really want this person's support. They're saying you have to make that first effort, and then the other person will come. They'll come around. It's not going to be one of those things that um, is never going to happen. But it's going to happen for you. You're going to be fully loved and supported, and you already are fully loved and supported in spiritual truth. So just remember that, because compromise is one of the biggest things that we have problems with because of our ego. And our ego is like, no, don't compromise. You don't need to do that. You don't need to compromise. Let them do all the work. That's never going to get you anywhere. You hear me? Never. We have to take baby steps and pray for other people and wish and do everything that we can in our power to help those people come around and to see that things aren't quite as crazy or as kooky as they seem to be on our side. So that's the beginning of the week. I knew this car was going to come up. I haven't had this deck, but I got it yesterday. The day before yesterday. I just knew this card was going to come up. The yes card. So this card is saying yes. Yes. Yes, you can have it all. You can have anything that you set your mind to, as long as it is for your highest good. So this card is this is a really powerful card. And I don't know if you can see it, there's a dove right there. Dove is the symbol for the Holy Spirit, the symbol of peace. This card is saying, yes, you can have peace. But yes, you can also have the things that you want in your life. But it's going to take work. Which brings us back to compromise. So compromise is going to have to happen in the beginning of the week for you to start seeing the fruition of things that you want and need in your spiritual life and your physical life in the middle of the week. So there's two cards in this deck. There's one that says yes, and there's one that's a really excited yes with an exclamation mark. And if you watch my review of this deck, you'll see the card that I'm talking about, because it made me laugh. Because I think it's funny. In a good way, not in like a sarcastic way. This is a very peaceful yes. It's a yes. Kind of like a genie granting your wish. But you have to put in work for this wish to come true. You can't have a negative mindset and expect the doors of heaven to open up to you, and you get all these wonderful things when you have a negative mindset. Because all of this stuff, all of the things that we have in our lives, all the things that we want in our lives, it's all attainable. Is all of it for our highest good? No, it's not. But that's why we have to ask for that discernment and that just knowing in our gut of what's right and what's wrong. And not necessarily from a moral standpoint, but what is right for us to have and what isn't right for us to have, or when the timing is right for us to have what we want. I would love to have a Mercedes. Who wouldn't want to have a Mercedes unless you already have one? But is it for my highest good right now? No. And do I accept that? Yes. However, do I want, other things? I don't know. Yeah, of course I do. Every human wants something. But I have to put in work to think of it as putting in spiritual work and getting a spiritual paycheck. There we go. So the last card for the weekend is the no exclamation mark card. Now, what I'm kind of seeing with this is we have such a powerful week, at the beginning of the week. This card is saying not to give up. The answer to giving up is no. Like, no. Like, don't do it. Because you're going to be exhausted. Like, it's going to be a week of, I mean, we have Thanksgiving, we have to deal with family, and if your family isn't really supportive of you, then you have to deal with that, and you have to deal with all the awkwardness that comes along with being with family and the drama that comes with being with family. And it's going to be really hard to make those compromises, and to acknowledge the things that we see in the middle of the week. And we're going to be like, I give up. I give up. Don't do it. Because there's so much more that that you're capable of. And I'm going to draw one more card, because I feel like that last card needs a little bit of explanation as to what, or actually a card for the overall reading, as well as an explanation for the last card. And this is something that you can always do if you don't quite understand a card. If you don't quite understand a card in a reading, you can always draw another card and see how that card plays into it. And so one of the things that came to my mind that I didn't say, I know it's one of those hearsay kind of things, but the green on this card, I instantly thought about money. And no, coming to money, like, watch your spending, invest your time and your money wisely, and you reap the benefits of that. The abundance card came. So this card kind of being the overall, I guess, punctuation mark, the kind of theme of this reading is, material things are going to be coming your way the middle of the week. And to be on the lookout for those things and keep your heart open. If you're into crystals, malachite is one of the most amazing crystals to be able to help you keep your heart open to all things I actually carry in my pocket every single day. And it's never failed. But as far as punctuating the last card, it's really talking about investing your time and your money wisely. So say no to things that you don't need. Say no to frivolous spending. Say no to, I feel like someone's going to ask you for money. I feel like there's going to be someone asking you for money towards the end of the week, or asking you for something, asking you to invest your time or money or something into something that they're doing. Say no. If it doesn't feel right in your spirit, say no. But if it does feel right in your spirit, now keep in mind, and I've had to deal with this a lot, if someone is asking for something, I have to take my compassion and my ego out of the way, because I'm a very compassionate person, or I try to be a very compassionate person. And I have to look at it as, is this for my highest good? Am I doing this because I feel sorry for someone? And I want to help, and I want to, guilt trip. That's the word I was looking for. If you feel like it's a guilt trip, don't do it. But if you really feel that genuine longing, don't be afraid to say, let me pray on this and get back to you. Let me ask for, guidance, and I'll get back to you. So that's the week. It's a really good reading. It involves a lot of work, but it's a very good reading. And I'll be on Facebook every day with a card of the day, and pretty much everything going on there. I try to do daily angel numbers, but it's just with my work schedule and, with it being holiday season coming in retail, it's really difficult to sit down and do the card of the day and do the angel numbers, because I'm so exhausted, after the day, or I'm just really, it's just one of those things. But I'm going to try my best to do it every single day. If I don't do it, I ask you, please understand that it's just really hectic right now. But like I said, I'm going to try my best to get it done, and do the best that I can with it. But I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and here's to a great week full of self-empowerment and really learning to stand up for yourself. Um, until then, angel blessings. Bye-bye.